All right, I feel like someone has been really confusing with you, and I just want to get to the heart of what they're feeling at the deepest level. So I'm pulling from my shadow deck to get a good feel of what they're feeling at the subconscious level. And the first card we get is "You did not break me." This person's got a lot of pride to them. All right, so they want you to know whatever happened, it didn't change who they are. We are not right for each other. So I feel like this is really a defensive mechanism. They want to say you guys aren't right for each other to kind of brush this off. And then we've gotten an apology. Yeah, they know they're wrong. I'm sorry. They understand that this connection was likely brought in for a reason. I couldn't tell you face to face. There's so much that this person never fully revealed to you that I feel like they wanted to say, but their ego wouldn't allow them to. I can still see you standing there. Oh boy. They left you in a lurch, didn't they? You guys had an argument, it was pretty dramatic, and they can still imagine that moment. They're still kind of embarrassed by their behaviors, what I'm feeling here. I need to focus on my healing. Well, that's good. That's actually positive. So at their deepest core, they know they've got to do some improvement on themselves if they're to connect with you or anyone else. I've been here before with others. There we go. This is a pattern of behavior. They know for sure that this is something that they need to deal with so that they can have relationships. And I pretend you don't mean that much. Wow. I don't think you have any idea that this person thinks of you as much as they do, cares for you as much as they do. And we've got, I pretend that I don't care. There's a lot of ego here, and they know there's a lot of ego here. They've got a lot of pride. So yeah, they just cover things up. And we are more like than I meant. There we go. There's the crux of the issue. This feels very twin flame. You trigger this person. They see themselves in you. And I feel like you're the better polarity, and that freaks them out. So I pulled from the traditional tarot to get more of a feel for this relationship. Now, it does look like we have an incoming message here with the Knight of Swords showing up in the overall energy. He is a deliverer of fast-moving messages, so you should be receiving a message from this person very soon if you haven't already. And it's from a King of Wands in reverse, which is fire sign energy in the negative polarity. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. This is someone who can be very controlling, and it's because they're very insecure. All right, that's all it is. And I do feel like this person's communication's been kind of wonky before, but this is a relationship being brought in for a reason. In the overall situation, we've got the Lovers. This is a connection that the universe is bringing in for you. You know, when we have the Lovers come in, the Lovers really indicates a divinely inspired connection, right? With this being the overall situation, this, I want to say up front, this is a connection that your soul and their soul agreed to prior to incarnating, okay? This card kind of indicates that that's what's happening here, even though we kind of have a bit of a mismatch, okay? So, signifying you in this relationship, I have Queen of Pentacles. So this is feminine earth sign energy. So that would be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Doesn't have to be, though. More than that, she is the archetype of the good mother. This is a very emotionally mature energy compared to this, particularly, right? The King of Wands in reverse, he's a guy who's very emotionally mature, very emotionally insecure. Queen of Pentacles, she knows who she is. She takes care of herself. She takes care of her home. She takes care of her family. She turns around and cares for her community. This is a feminine energy that knows who she is and is incredibly grounded and mature. Crossing that, we've got this Five of Swords energy. All right, so this person, I feel like just gave you a headache at times. Okay. Also, they felt like a very bullying energy. Okay. I feel like this person just, they have a lot of emotional immaturity. It kind of made you a little nuts. With this in the challenge position, I really feel like you're like, well, you know what? You better drop the drama if you're going to be talking to me. you better let that crap go. And we better communicate openly if you're going to be talking to me when you receive this message, and you're going to be like, don't let this be a headache. Don't let this be a headache. Okay. At the bottom, at the lowest polarity, though, this is actually not that bad. You two are actually meant to work together. You might have actually in reality like physically worked together or have worked together or are working together. It doesn't have to be though. But this is weirdly, even though you guys have very contrary energies, it's weirdly a relationship that's meant to work somehow. All right. We've got that being indicated here with the Three of Pentacles as well as the Lovers. Now, it could be that this is meant to work as a love connection, right? Because we've got the Lovers. But it could also be that this is just meant to be a connection where you guys help each other learn and grow in some form or fashion, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but this is a divine connection. And I'll show you in this reading why I'm saying this, okay? All right, in the recent past, I feel like you kind of just wrote this person off as immature. They might actually be legitimately younger than you. When we see a page like this can indicate an age gap. They felt almost like just a new soul in comparison to your older soul. Maybe they are, I don't know. It kind of feels a little bit that way. They're definitely going through some things that like just... You're like, why is that a thing that still bothers you? It's kind of like how I feel you're responding to this person. But also, I feel like you've all realized that this is someone who had quite a bit to teach you, right? Even though there was this kind of like a little bit of harsh energy, some energy that seemed kind of controlling and immature, this is someone who is meant to teach you some lessons and open your eyes in ways that kind of surprised you. Right? And I think you opened their eyes too, that you helped them kind of become a good student, right? So like I said, this is a divine connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be love, okay? More than that, the highest polarity, we have Seven of Cups. So this is really feels like to me an opening of doors, right? An opening of possibilities. This person, and they're very different, but very similar kind of behavior to you. There were aspects the two of you I feel like just sort of gel on. Like you guys really get each other. But then there's aspects that's like, God, are you from another planet? Like you guys have a lot in common, but also there's a lot that kind of divides too here, right? And it's because this is a connection that's meant to open doors. It's meant to open possibilities. It's meant for you to think about life and connections and relationships in new ways. And I feel like that's the highest polarity of this. It's meant to really open your eyes to each other. In the upcoming future, I do think you should hear this person out, okay? Because we do have death reversed. So this is Scorpio energy. Also, we had Gemini with the Lovers. But this is Scorpio energy. In the reverse, it means something is unfinished here, right? There's a reconciliation that needs to occur here. You guys need to either clear the air between each other. There's something else you need to teach each other. There's something else there's a reason you guys are coming back together. Okay. And it's going to help you kind of learn and grow if you at least hear this person out. All right. I'm not saying get together with this person romantically. Okay. Potentially if you want to, but take it slow. Lord, please take it slow. But if you are interacting with this person, if this person is reaching out to you, which it looks like they are, hear them out. Okay. Have the conversation. Understand that there's a reason the two of you are communicating once again. Again, I've already brought this one up, but this is the overall situation, guys. This is the universe bringing this in for you, okay? When we see the Lovers, it is outside your control, the fact that this person is coming back in, okay? This is probably nothing you even manifested. It probably is going to catch you really off guard. That's why you're like, oh boy, not this again. All right, so I feel like, and also it's something your souls agreed to. You agreed to this journey, believe it or not, prior to incarnating here. The two of you are divinely connected. All right. So that's part of what's creating this like mirroring effect between the two of you. So, you guys have a lot in common, weirdly, and in weird ways, but then they just say and do things you're like, what? And it's representing parts of yourself for both of you, okay? Not just you, but for both of you. I think you guys are seeing parts of yourselves being reflected that you either didn't understand existed or that you knew existed, but you didn't really want to deal with. Okay. And it's very twin flame. This is very twin flame, because the twin flame journey isn't necessarily about forming a romantic connection and living happily ever after, y'all. Okay. It is about awakening in each other knowledge and spiritual understanding so that each side can heal and grow, both the masculine and the feminine. Okay. So that's really what the twin flame journey is about. It's not necessarily this big romantic to do. Can be, doesn't have to be. Okay. The advice here: don't make any hasty decisions. Okay. Two of Swords, like I said, this could be romantic. If it is, Lord, please take it slow. Okay, that's what I got. All right. But don't make any hasty decisions, right? This isn't about making decisions. This is about more like exploration of ideas, coming to new understandings, learning more about each other so that you can learn about yourself and about your journey. All right. Don't feel like you got to choose this, that, or the other. Hear this person out, take it slow, and go from there. All right. The highest hope that you can have for this is that things are going to be much more balanced this go around, actually. So this is Libra energy. The Justice card, this is working out in your favor. I don't think this person's going to come at you in this same sort of controlling, obnoxious way. I don't think so. They realized, we saw in the Oracle cards, they realized they were kind of a hothead, right? And they were kind of hasty in dealing with you. And they realize they have to be much more emotionally balanced, much more balanced in their approach with you. This feels very much like a solid foundation of friendship here. Okay, that's what this really feels like to me. Now, the ultimate outcome, this is going to kind of blow you away. I got two cards, y'all. Two cards. It's the masculine and the feminine in ethereal form. We've got the sun and the moon, right? Now, so other signs, this is Leo, this is Cancer or Pisces, depending on the reader. I tend to read this as Cancer. But basically, we've got the sun and the moon. We've got the masculine represented by sun. We've got the feminine represented by moon. Just further confirmation of this lover's connection. This connection that's been divinely inspired. You guys are being brought together, back together. I feel like you guys were in connection previously. You're being brought back together. For a reason, right? You're meant to balance each other out. You're meant to show each other something that you don't normally see, right? The sun only out during the day and the moon is only out during the night. You guys are very, very different, but you're both luminaries, right? You both shine bright in your own way. And in that way, you guys are meant to at least appreciate each other and learn from one another. All right. I hope this reading was helpful for you. If it was, please do like the video. Please subscribe to the channel.